Yo boys, what's up? It's again Aziz from the Aziz Coding Masterclass, and today we're talking about risk management. This is a really important thing, okay? Without risk management, if you don't have a good risk management, then you're cooked. We're never gonna be profitable in trading, okay? So let's get started then. What is even risk management? So, like the word say, what's risk management? Just to know what you can do, what you can risk in a day, so you're managing your risk for the day, for the week, or whatever, okay? So what is risk management? Risk management is to know what you can risk on a day or week or a trade, you know what I mean? Okay. Now that we check this point, why is it so important to have a good risk management? So I would say per trade, okay? Per trade you should use around 0.5 to up to 3% in one trade. Okay, I would not recommend you guys to use more than 3% in one trade, and I would not recommend you guys to lose less than 0.5% risk in one trade. Okay, so why do we do this like that? Okay, let's say you have an account, you bought a 10k account, okay, you have $10,000, okay, and now you're trading with it, okay. And if you don't have risk management, if it's just like, oh, okay, this trade I'm gonna risk $500, next trade I'm gonna risk $300, next 3,000, next trade I'm gonna risk $200. And imagine you're just losing these three, okay? You're just gonna lose these three trades, then you're already down 9,000, okay? You're already down 9,000 after those three trades because you won't have a 100% win ratio. Nobody has that shit. So it's very likely that can happen that you can lose three trades in a row, okay? So that's why we have a risk management, okay? So let's say you're risking around, the perfect I think is like 1%, okay? 1% to 1.5% in a good trade, okay? It also depends, your risk should also depend how good your setup is, okay? I recommend you, okay? No news day, okay? Good bias, okay? Good bias and a setup, okay? A setup, they would say you can use high risk, okay? Like 1.5% up to 2 or 3%, okay? This is all with risk on a really good day and a good bias and a setup, okay? Then news day, okay? High impact news day, high impact news day, okay? What do we use there? Also good bias, okay? And then there's no good bias. Okay, bias and the B setup or whatever, okay? Also A setup. On a high impact news day, I would use 1 or no, let's say like 0.5% to like 1.5 maximum, okay? So your risk should also, I just want to explain to you guys that your risk should also like rely on how your setup is for the day, how your trade setup is for the day, or all in all your day is, okay? Like if you have high impact news, if you don't have high impact news, if your bias is kind of like going up down, if you have a good setup, if you have a okay setup, if you have like a kind of bad setup, if you only have like 3 confluences or 2 confluences, and you say, okay, I just want to trade this trade because I think I still going to take profit. Okay, so it's also like should depend on how much you're risking per trade, okay? But I would recommend you guys that you should not risk more than 3% and not risk less than 0.5%, okay? So let's say again our 10k example, okay? Let's say you buy funded, okay? And then max risk, right? Max is 10%, okay? Minus 10% drawdown and daily 5%, okay? So let's say you don't have a good risk management. You say, okay, today is a good day, I have a good bias, I have a good setup, so now I'm gonna risk 5%, okay? let's say like let's say 4%. You risk 4%, okay? What happened? You lose, okay? You just get fucked, and then you're already 1% away from drawdown, and you're already 6% away from fully drawdown, okay? And because you don't have a good risk management, you're gonna get emotional, and then you're saying, okay, I risked 4%, I have 1% left, and I'm just gonna risk it because I think I'm still gonna hit trade. What happened? Bam, you get jumped, and then you already lost your account, okay? So if you risk more than 3% or even 3%, you can lose your account in 4 trades, okay? If you have 10% and you risk like 3% and you need 3, yeah, you know what I mean? So you can lose your account if you lose 3 trades in a row, okay? And if you do 2 trades on a daily with 3%, then you lose the shit in 2 trades, okay? So, but what if you use around 0.5% to 1.5%, okay? Let's say like this your risk, okay? Also, again, depends how good the day is, how good the setup is, how good the bias is, okay? Let's say like even let's say like you are trading 1%, okay? 1%, and now to hit max drawdown, you need to lose 10 trades in a row, okay? You have to lose 10 trades in a row to get drawdown. And also here on the daily, you have to trade 5 times in a day, okay? You have to trade 5 times in a day, losing all of these 5 trades, okay? I would not recommend you doing more than 2 trades a day, okay? But let's say you have to lose 5 trades in 5 trades on this one day if you're always using 1% risk, okay? 5 trades. So the chances that you're gonna lose that are so low, okay? If you only risk like 1%, okay? That is almost like, even for the worst traders, okay? It's not that it's impossible for them. Even for the worst traders, it's impossible to lose like 10 trades in a row without making any profit, okay? And let's say like you even like save, okay? And you're losing and you're risking per trade. Doesn't matter how good the trade is, how good the setup is, 0.5%, okay? You have to lose 20 trades, okay? 20 trades in a row to lose 10%. And on daily, you have to lose 10 trades in one day to lose your account, okay? You have to lose 10 trades in a row to lose your fucking account, bro. You see this? This is not. This is almost impossible, okay? Even you know, just say like you have say you have 30% win rate, okay? This is your win rate. But when you win, your average risk to reward is like 3, okay? Then we still make profit, bro. If you win every yeah, fuck. If you win like on out of 3%, that's fuck. This is like a little bit more like this, yeah. If you win every third trade, then you're still gonna be on break even. Let's say like you lose 2 trades in a row, okay, and then you win the next trade, you're in profit, bro. If you lose 3 trades in a row and then you win the next trade, you're still in break even, okay. So this is why it's so important to have a good risk management, okay. This is what I use. I'm using around 0.5 to 1% to 1.5%. Because I think if you lose more, okay. Let's say you risk more on a day, then you lose the trade, okay. Then you're already 3% in drawdown, okay. So you're already like kind of fucked. You imagine you just risk 0.5%, losing that, it doesn't matter because it's not even 1%. It's only a half of percent. You just need to win 1 trade, and you're again in plus. And let's say like again, you lost the 3%. Okay, then 2% down, and if you win the trade, yeah, then you're up. But imagine you're losing now again, and you're 6% down, and on 0.5%. If you're losing 1 time, doesn't matter. If you're losing 2 times, you're only 1% in minus. Okay, so you have to lose another 18 trades in a row to kill your account. Okay, this is why risk management is so hella important, guys. Okay, you have to. I say, okay, go on FX Replay or any backtest website and figure out what's the best for you, okay. But I recommend you personally, don't use more than 3%. If you have a really good win rate, you can use 3%. But I will also recommend you to do like if you have a okay, if you have like 40% to 60% risk management, win rate, sorry, then I would recommend you to lose to risk like 0.5 to 1.5%. Okay. So that's the video with risk management. Again, like a 10-minute video, not that long. If you had any question, boys, ask me. Okay, I'm gonna give you one-on-one coaching. If you have questions like about the risk management, I didn't like understand it or whatever, blah blah blah, just text me, boys. Okay, and then you gonna understand the shit. If not, ask Goody or ask CardFX. Those are good traders here in the Discord, or ask the community for their explanation. Okay, so guys, that's it with the video. Have a good evening. Bye bye.